I'm Jody Ryder with Aisling Dynamics, and I wanted to discuss how to do deferrals in Business Central. Now, obviously, you can sit there and make each and every journal entry if you want to, but let's say you want to automate it. You regularly have deferred revenue. You regularly have deferred expense. So we're going to look at prepaying our health insurance for the full year. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I have deferral templates set up. And what these do is when you post using a deferral template, it will take what you tell it in the template and apply that towards future postings. So what we're going to do this morning is we're going to enter a purchase invoice for a full year of health insurance prepaid. Now, obviously, that needs to hit prepaid insurance, and then monthly, depending on what I tell Business Central to do, it needs to hit my income statement as health insurance expense. So let's take a look at setting up a deferral template, which will help us out in our deferrals and automating those. So I'm going to type in deferral, and it'll take me to deferral template. From deferral template, I have some set up. So we're going to look at the insurance setup. I've named it insurance. Obviously, try to be a little bit, if you've got a lot of deferrals, try to really pay attention to your naming convention. And then you choose the deferral account. In this case, it's prepaid insurance, right? You can tell it deferral percentage. So if I put 80% in here, then when I post the invoice, 20% will hit the income statement right away, and the rest will be deferred over the calculation method and the start date. Okay, now the start date's fluid, so don't worry about that. We'll talk about that. The calculation methods are pretty simple. They're straight line, where it will, let's say you post it in the middle of the month, it would take a percentage of that month. You could do equal per period. So if you're wanting it to hit equally each month from January to December, it would be equal per period. Days per period, again, if you've got 31 days, you'll have more expense in that month than you'll have in a month with 28 days. And you can define your own deferrals if you want to. So straight line will prorate it depending on the date that you start it and the date that it ends. I'm going to do equal per period. There's 12 periods, and I'm just describing my period description as monthly here, monthly, and we'll say equal, just to make it easy, right? All right, so it's saved itself, obviously. This is Business Central, and I'll come out and let's enter the invoice. So I'm looking at the invoice from the insurance company. And I'm going to go ahead and enter it into Business Central. Now, this is a sample company, so this is not an insurance company. I'm just putting something in here. And we'll say 2023 insurance. Now, note my document date and my posting date are backdated into 2020, and that's fine for our testing purposes here. And it's not an item, obviously. It's a GL account, and it's my health insurance. So I'm looking up health insurance. I'd obviously want to change this description to 2023 employee health. Unit of measure 1. Quantity 1. Don't worry about unit of measure code. And we'll just make it easy and say we're spending $24,000 on health insurance. Now you will have to pull this column in. So to pull columns in, it's your gear icon, personalize, and add field wherever it shows up on your screen. Add field. Click in the area you want to add it. You can use this to find the column, and then you drag it into your window wherever you want it. So for mine, I'm going to go ahead and choose deferral insurance. If you use these 3 dots, then in here, I can actually say, actually, I want you to start this on 1/1/2020. for a period of 12 months and monthly equal, and it's kind of showing you what it's going to do here, right? I'll recalculate the schedule because I changed the dates. So it's going to hit my income statement equally for the 12 months of 2020. So I'm going to close that, and I'm going to go ahead and post my invoice, and I'm going to hit no there, because what I want to do is I want to go look at the general ledger entries to see what it did. So that's my health insurance. Oops, maybe I'm posting something wrong. That's the 6100 account. So 6100 account and ascending here. Now, unfortunately, I was playing around with this. You won't be able to see it too much, but there's my 24,000, and there's my 24,000 in May. And again, it brings it in and it sends it out. An easier place to see that might be in posted purchase invoices. So we'll go look in here. This is the one that I just posted. I didn't void the other one, so I'm going to do find entries. And of course it made GL entries here. And this is the initial GL entry it makes. So it is, of course, hitting my prepaid insurance and my insurance expense, right? But it's coming in and out of insurance expense. And it's in my 21,000, that's my AP account to get paid. And it wound up in prepaid insurance, right? Prepaid insurance against that AP account. And then it removed itself from the 6100 account so that it can post general ledger wise equally per month. So that's a little bit about how deferrals work in Business Central. You can set up as many as you like or as little as you like. For me, you will need to name them based on whatever prepaid or deferral account that you want to use. So prepaid service revenue for you may be different than prepaid item revenue or inventory revenue. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little nugget on a shortcut to automating deferrals in Business Central, and we'll talk to you guys later.